Citations, please, says, can we all agree that even if the case was lost, Vic is still in a better place than he was before he started this? I do agree to that. I think he absolutely is. I think I've said this from shortly after the start, that I think even if Vic loses, that my personal goal is to help him rehabilitate his name to the point where he could do something after all this is over, win or lose the lawsuit. And I think that because winning or losing a defamation suit, losing it particularly, doesn't mean you weren't defamed. It means defamation suits are really hard to win. I think fighting was a big thing. I think those the deposition testimony was a big mistake by the other side, because I think that Vic came across better in those deposition tapes than Monica or Ron did. And, so I think, and everybody can make up their own mind about that. Tugger says, say what you will about communism, and there's plenty to say, but the Soviet Union's anthem is amazing. Fully agree. Especially when it's tied to that Ugandan knuckles or whatever. Here we go. We're at Turnabout Goodbyes. Uh-oh. We're at trial, and I haven't played this in a long time. Whew. I don't exactly remember the voices. I've got some of them. We'll do our best, but there may be some inconsistency on the voices. Also, we win by showing how awful, this is from No One Important, we win by showing how awful the VAs are to people and how hypocritical they are, along with Funimation. Good work with it. Good work, everyone. Oh, and I assume there's more to come on that as well. Old person equals Sharon Grigsby. Keanu voice. Who was the Keanu voice? About to have a day just like Ty. No! Phoenix is kind of my voice. I got Phoenix's and Edgeworth down. Someone was the Keanu voice. Oh, the gavel. You're right. I don't think I did the gavel the entire time last episode. Let me test it. Here we go. Gavel's ready. Wait. I like that one better. I like the Spike Man says, just matching my dono from yesterday. Looks like PewDiePie 4D chess me. Woo. God bless. That is pretty funny. Yeah, I'm going to give money to the ADL. Nah. Okay. Let's get a move on. This is the day after Christmas. Day after Christmas. Gumshoe, the detective is like a Boston accent. Southern Girl, that's right. Southern Girl is the photographer chick. Okay. Karma. That's right. Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Not like the prosecutors I know. He's a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. It's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. Oh no! Hopefully that wasn't a Sandusky moment. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Ah! So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20. Whoa! It's going up! It was times 10 a second ago. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Oh wait, Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now. Don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried, I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Valhalla 4413. Look, Nick can finally be an actual lawyer for once, lol. And some nobody says, by the way, found out the Japanese justice system is a huge joke. 99% conviction rate. They can hold you hostage indefinitely until they find you guilty. Yeah, oh, it's terrible. Terrible. And S. Cybertaz says, Nick didn't prep. Sounds like he's toast. Buttery toast.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. How do I voice Manfred here? Manfred von Karma? Probably like this.
Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready?
Fool. You seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Oh, God.
Right, my apologies.
He's even got the judge scared.
Very well, your opening statement, please.
Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. That should be fine. Prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I called the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident now. Sorry. Yes. Wait. How do I say yes, sir, as a Bostonite? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened around late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. Went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added to the court record. Testify to the court about the arrest now!
Wait, Mr. von Karma?
Yes?
Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings.
Wrong? There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Yes, of course, you're quite right.
No, he's not. Ah. TLJ Screwjob says, Edgeworth, this is go-to beyond a prosecutor. Octorian says, vampire German lawyer from royalty. Nice touch. Man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. Very well.
Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now! I'm dying. Man called into the station. Hold it! You received a call from, man. Sorry. Is this an assume you're
It's ma'am.
Yep. You said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard 2 gunshots, right?
Objection.
That woman and the man who called in the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Why don't we have their testimonies? What is happening? Today, I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping. A lot of heart. What happened next, detective? Why don't we have both witnesses? What kind of shemocracy is this? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Oh, well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick.
Objection.
Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets? Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your next year's salary review. Oh. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. This is no time for dejected German Hansian dejected is tough. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really.
Objection.
Detective! The court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard. Cold, objective fact. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. We're gonna ask it on every single one here. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We have a deep, thrusting relationship with the prosecutors.
Objection.
Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, thrusting poppycock? Objection to that! Objection to poppycock! No! No! Oh my god. Sorry, I need a moment. Deep, trusting, poppycock? I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good. Continue, now! But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. Hold it! Did you find any clues on the body? Single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart, fatally. And you're to blame. Judge! Here's the bullet! You'll get the bullet, Judge! Didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved.
Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence.
It's a 22? Oh, it was definitely Edgeworth. That chump, of course, is shooting him with a 22. We had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. The murder weapon. A pistol.
Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right. Right. Oh no, that's like... I can't say right. Right. Sorry, Yana. Murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Whoa! What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? The judge said so, that's what. Tisk, tisk, tisk. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. I'm quite familiar. What?
Order! Order! So, Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon?
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question.
Accepted into evidence.
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yeah. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. Not now, Maya. What does he mean? Ballistic markings. Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Yes, very well. I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it.
Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate.
Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
Order! Order!
This is bad. Makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge?
I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However,
You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge?
Yes?
What are you doing? 18-minute recess. Now!
But wait,
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man!
Yes! This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? Woo! It is hot AF in the vault today, y'all. To take off the pants soon. Oh my goodness. Woo! Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. That's a left hand holding that gun, I can tell. That foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. It's a left hand, I'm telling you, Phoenix. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh? How am I going to convince anyone of that? Hillary did it! Hillary did it! Not just, that's a... Say, Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? Oh, it's tempting to say, yeah, you're useless, but I need her. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's a thought that counts, right? What a jackhole. It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. Come on, Phoenix. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. And that's why I keep you around, Maya. Really? Whoa. Right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? This is my southern chick, right? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at university? That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Very well, your testimony, please.
It's Rachel Dolezal. Come on! Why you give him a German accent? His name is Von Karma. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car, heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't a nary thing on the lake but the boat. Enough? Huh? Judge! She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence. Now!
Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if I do not have order immediately.
As the witness testified, she looked at the lake. She looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth.
Order! 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 I will have order!
Well, Judge.
The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Objection! Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet, or Gumshoe. Wait, kind of did. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick, contempt? Contempt of court. You know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you going to do? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, 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 very well.
I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I'm just gonna object to... Well, I know exactly where I'm gonna object. I'm gonna object when she says that she heard the shot and then came out and then the other shot. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really?
Hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony.
I was in my car. Whoops. Gotta ask. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Press further. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing! I object to this line of question. Objection sustained.
Wait now, I'm the one who says that.
Well, then say it already.
Objection sustained.
I heard this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? No. I looked after I heard the noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. That got French. That was bad. Jumped in quick. He's hiding something. Then there was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless! Contradictions, Mr. Wright. Not meaningless babble! Von Karma, I think I hate you. It's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. Sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake. Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. White, the witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course.
Oh, great.
Enough!
No, it's not enough!
I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. Seems you're unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting.
But Your Honor, you keep your promise.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Uh-huh. Nick! Lotta's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do?
I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who was that?
It was me. Maya.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
Little sexist. No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, Did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. Court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treat me like some kind of criminal. I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declares the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave.
No. No. Wait! I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Remember that. Ha! What's the difference? Quite a bit, actually. All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and I have a right to cross-examine her again.
Order!
You're in contempt of court. It's too late for violent claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. Defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court. No, I am. You're going to arrest someone. Arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya! Oh my goodness. Immediately following this this episode on Showtime, Maya Fey in Lady Prison. I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
I saw it clear as day. Man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Objection! Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Sorry. Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want to see in this photo. I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So, this picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What?
Mr. Wright has a point. Objection.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself!
Ms. Hart.
What?
Did you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could and I meant I could.
And please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
Blink Your Eyes 1400 says, Ace Attorney brought to you by Nickelback. And Tucker says, taking bets on Maya and Wright effing after court. Now. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. Oh, you, Sorry, Cyber. I gotcha. Let's see, Cyber says, I need to go diving. Come with me, Maya. I need Mia for this. You're still jailbait, and I don't want to share a cell with Edgeworth. Cyber says, bang, bang, and then she came out. Obviously, someone didn't take care of her man in the boat before she had another bang. Does not compute. And Cyber Taz says, squilidly diddly, it's time to get wet. See? No problem.
You use binoculars? Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. I think age of consent in Japan is 17. You're right, it was a cold night and the mist was thick as grits. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second. You hasty Yankee types would never find a gal where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. So once I finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Your camera? Yeah, it's got an automatic... The issue we are concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Let's see. Whoa! Oh, okay. Daniel Camargo says, please give us insight on Andrew McCabe being denied by the DOJ to not be prosecuted. Him, Comey, Clapper, and Clinton facing treason and sedition most likely. I think that's very unlikely. Very unlikely that any of them would face sedition charges. Blink Your Eyes 1400 says, that's not how binoculars work. If it's foggy, it's foggy. Magnification won't cut through it. It would be a closer view of the fog. I mean, yeah. And then Kakalo Tuzaru says, hey, Nick, do you plan on having Ty on anytime soon to hear his opinions about the hearing? Yes, at some point. But, like I said, there's some weird stuff happening, so we'll see. Binoculars. Didn't they say they got the call at 12:10 a.m.? Did I miss that? Trying to decide if I want to present that. Gabriel, until next, let's see, until next week, right? Like around Tuesday. You're photographing shooting stars. That's a lie. Says who? Take a look at this photograph. This was taken on an automatic setting, was it not? Yeah, that's right. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. But as this photograph clearly shows, the camera was pointed directly at the lake. Oof!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
Angry Baneling, that's, well, it's probably a sniper.
What are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. She doesn't even say that, does she? I mean, she said that before court, but,
Well then, what exactly was she photographing?
Your Honor, take a look at this.
What was Miss Hart trying to...
What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? This. Obviously. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy? Ah, the sighting at Gourd Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I don't think I have proof of that. Kalinka Pavlova says, will you cover old news topics like Smollett? Maybe. Maybe. His isn't that old. It's still going. I like the Spike Man says, national age of consent in Japan is 13, but municipalities have it up to 18. But you can buy lewd junk at 15. I guess Japan is weird. Well, I mean, that's true. I have it. Proof.
Intriguing. Very well, let's see it. No joking around this time, please. What is proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster?
Gotta be the camera. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you would set your camera to respond to loud noises.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah, not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? This is ultimately a good point. That don't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What do you just use several precious minutes of our time to prove? Is nothing more than what the witness is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. What could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Ms. Hart?
If Judge Shep was in this game, you'd never win a single case.
Why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Red Pill Journey says auto on the camera. Yes. Daniel Carmago says they stated sedition on Fox tonight. Huge news. Pyretta Riddle says, I need friends on Steam for Stardew Valley. Anyone interested, please hit me up on here. Love you, fam. There you go. Oh, where's all my windows? Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at that lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched the boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands, and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Yeah, the 2 gunshot thing really does need to come into play here.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she is a research student or photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. Oh no, it's getting French. I gotta be careful. I will delve into French if not careful. Objection! I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something. I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first. Haha, very funny.
You understand that this is your last chance at cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood.
Yes, Your Honor. It's all or nothing. I've got to give it everything I've got. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out at the lake. Present. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. Uh-oh, it didn't work.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they? They are! There's 2 bullets fired and at point blank range, apparently, and 1 dead guy. 1 bullet. I hate this part of the game. Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, no. Lake was smooth as glass and nobody was on the shore neither. Better find some sort of contradiction. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah. They even had him up on TV. Not sure that appearing on the local news' Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey, they also had a picture of him in the newspaper. For real.
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. While I was camping out by the lake, while I was hiding. Think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Ah. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually...
Wait.
Mr. Wright, I'll not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case. Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper a sound than I would have expected. Wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know if she heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. Kind of doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you giving me? What are you giving me that look for? Witness? Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. I guess we gotta... This is risky. It's risky. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person be looking at it. I agree. Any normal person would. You are far from normal. Oh, Greek Saiyan says use the newspaper on the 7th statement. Come on! Don't tell me what to do. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Ah.
Order! Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well... Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof.
Still, we can't see who is shooting who in this.
Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What's she going to say? She took the photo and what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. You really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. Why, she said she'd go in to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite. But should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Always make her show the enlargement. Come on, Phoenix. Miss Hart, look at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court? I always present my enlargement to the court. Because it does not exist. What are y'all talking about? You were the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart, show the photo to the court. Show us your enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence.
Objection denied. Overruled. Judge, the witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is.
We still cannot see who's firing in this.
It's left hand. It's left hand. I said it earlier. I didn't even need the enlargement. It's left hand.
Could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement. I give you the enlargement. I will always give you the enlargement, Mr. Wright. And little good it has done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means that the cross-examination
is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. Right here. It's right here, Phoenix. Very obvious. This is bad. Real bad. What should I do? Wait. Your Honor, this evidence. I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence.
Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence with this enlargement. I see no point in retracing our steps.
This is bad, real bad. What should I do? I don't want to object to the enlargement. I want to show the other evidence. Gonna do the same thing. It won't let me show the other evidence. I know, I want to present it. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to object to the evidence that favors my case. I don't like this backward system. Tucker says a decisive witness that has been caught lying to the court at least twice, lol. Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange?
Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Take that! Here, Your Honor.
The shooter? Not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does. This man's left hand... Wait, sorry.
This man's left hand does... what?
Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth.
Now that everyone in the courtroom is quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Not my problem, Judge. I'm a defense attorney. Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Larry, there's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! Order! So, you're saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I am so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds reveals the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter away. I'm going French. No! A meter, that's 3 feet. And 3 inches. There's no way it could have been suicide.
Order! Order! Mr. Von Kamma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. Autopsy report updated in the court record.
I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. Court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
By the way, the third shot is likely the ballistic test that they did. Because they have the one bullet. They need to fire another bullet out of the gun to match the ballistics on the 2 casings. If anybody's curious about the third shot, that's why 3 shots were fired from the gun. How many shots have I had? 2? I think 2. Ooh, that was a close one. Hey. Hey! Don't you have anything to say?
No. I've yet to be declared innocent, right?
Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too.
What?
Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Look, Going to go check on Maya. Oh. Right. She's dead. What? Tell her something for me. What? It's raining. No. Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. I'd kill you to just state how you really feel with a thanks, Edgeworth. I requisitioned a transcript of Lada's entire testimony. Thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter. So the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. To be continued. Yeah, save the progress. I'll probably do another one of these this coming week.